What's up guys, CBK here, your #1 Spider-Man PS5 fan. Today I'm bringing you another Marvel Spider-Man 2 video, and if you don't know already, it's pretty much the only thing I talk about on my channel, so if that sounds good to you, be sure to subscribe. But today I'm bringing you part 3, yes, part 3 of my suits abilities and gadgets wishlist. If you missed the first two videos, definitely go check them out, but they're in no particular order, so you can feel free to watch them after this video. Essentially in this series, I go over the gadgets, customization options for suits, and suitability I would like to see in Marvel Spider-Man 2. I'm hoping to get gadgets in this game that are a little bit more grounded. I can do without the gravity suspension and holograms in this game. But with that being said, let's go ahead and swing on into my wish list. Alright, so the first gadget on my wish list is actually supposedly a gadget that was scrapped from the first game. But thanks to some glitch hunters and modders, it was recently discovered in the game files of Spider-Man PS4. This gadget is called the Webline. I'm showing some footage as to what this gadget would look like, and the link to the video is going to be in the description below. But how amazing does this look? This gadget would allow you to create a permanent line of web that you could use to perch on. Something like this could be super useful in stealth. You could create a line of web above an enemy for a silent takedown. I'd also love for it to almost be used to clothesline enemies. Apparently you could use this gadget to connect enemies together, or perhaps connect an enemy to a wall so that way they wouldn't be able to take off. Having this gadget would also give you the ability to get creative and create some structures with these web lines. The footage I showed obviously isn't a finished product, but I would love to see it refined and put into Marvel Spider-Man 2. Alright, next up on my list we have the WebNet. This idea is a spin on the impact webbing, which was one of my favorite gadgets to use in the first game, just because it's a little bit more realistic. Essentially, I would like this WebNet to do what the impact webbing does, but on a larger scale. Instead of hitting one enemy and pinning them to the wall, this gadget would shoot out a large WebNet that could pin multiple enemies to a wall. And if the enemy isn't close to the wall, then maybe it would just completely wrap up an enemy like the impact webbing did. But I think it'd be pretty cool if this gadget could be used anywhere to create a large spiderweb that you could climb on. I feel like this would create some really cool looking photo mode pictures. Or perhaps you could use this as a web wall for charging enemies to get stuck on. I feel like there are many ways to make this gadget useful. So the next gadget up on my list is going to be specifically for combating Venom or any other symbiote types we have. This one is what I would call a high frequency emitter. I've mentioned before in one of my other gadget videos that Peter's going to need to create some gadgets that specifically target the weaknesses of the symbiote. One of those weaknesses would be loud noises or high pitched frequencies. So what I would like to see from this gadget is the ability to shoot out a device that releases a high-pitched frequency that completely stuns and stops any symbiote in their tracks. Being that Peter will at some point have the symbiote, it's likely that he will discover that the symbiote does not like noises so much, which would lead him to create this gadget specifically to fight Venom. I love when gadgets have a purpose within the story, and I feel like this has a purpose and place within this story. So next up on my list we have spider tracers. Spider tracers aren't anything new, but it would be nice to have this in the gadget wheel, especially when you have those scenarios where enemies are fleeing on foot and you can't chase them all. You could simply shoot a small tracer on their back while you pursue the other enemies, then come back around to track them down. This would also be super useful for a villain like Kraven. Kraven will likely have master stealth ability and lurk in the shadows, but for the rare occasions that he pops out to attack us, it'd be nice to place a tracer on him so we could get a better idea of where he's located. The same could honestly be said for Venom in this game. Spider tracers are just a classic and something I would love to see in this game. Alright, the last item on my list is a bit of a throwback to the OG Spider-Man games, but I want it added here just for fun. You know what it probably is. That's right. It's the Web Dome. This would just be a really fun ability to have. Having the Web Dome could give you protection while you're low on health, but I also saw a cool idea from News to Astonish where he said that it could almost be used as an equivalent to the Miles Morales Venom Blast. Once the Web Dome is created, Peter could just bust out, letting a big burst to knock down enemies. It would just be a fun ability to have, and I'm not sure if Insomniac would add it into the game, but it'd be really great if they did, just as a throwback ability. But guys, that's going to pretty much conclude this video. Before I let you go though, I just want to mention that we recently hit 3,000 subs. I did not see that coming when I made this channel 3 months ago. And I even recently got a follow from Insomniac Games on Twitter and Brian Horton, the director of Spider-Man Miles Morales. All of this is just a dream come true, and I'm so grateful. But when it comes down to it, nothing has been better than connecting with fans of these games. It's been the best part of making these videos. So since we hit another milestone, I think it's time to announce another giveaway. Subscribe, comment, and like the video to be entered into a giveaway for a Spider-Man PS4 vinyl record. I also want to announce the giveaway for my 2,000 subscriber contest that I announced about a week ago. All of the people who entered are put into a random name generator and randomly selected. The winner of that contest was Caden Brady, so please email me when you do see this video. But that's going to be it for me on this one, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.